about the development of it, for the development of my like academic performance in my school.
Oh, so you're saying from the book, when it talked about descriptive writing?
Yeah, and like the usage of words, it like accentuates the usage of words. Like, um,
Is there a particular chapter you can point to? So
the first chapter,
there are
um, it
first chapter.
like for example, it says like a conjunction and it's like
Mhm.
grammatical usage, I guess. Like, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like significant. Yeah, significantly useful for like the grammatical um the grammatical wording.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's good. So you found that useful. Kushi, how about yourself? What stood out to you? Because based upon, kind of what you're saying, I can maybe come up with some suggestions or
Um, the elementary rules of usage, I think it exemplifies, like it says that the possessive singular of nouns by adding, I think it means by,
Mhm.
um, I think like, means like you add the S, like the colon, the S, like that's the supplement of the colon, the S, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. And then there's like, um, it says like pronominal possessives, hers, it's theirs, yours. Um, and ours have no apostrophe.
Yeah.
I think it's just saying like they don't contain the apostrophes and composing of the apostrophe S.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally understand. Um, it is very useful. But here's my question, I guess what I'm getting at. Um, I mean, it's grammar. It's not necessarily the most exciting thing here. And obviously, this is a good reference book here. Um, so I'm glad that you found it useful, and you're more than welcome to do those exercises. You'll find them in this book. If let's try to match this a little bit. So if we look at yeah, the first part is just kind of a style usage guide. Elementary rules of usage on page 1. Um, Yeah, it goes through some of the same stuff. Sometimes it's different than the little book. Sometimes this will do separate things, separate topics, serial commas. But here's my thing. I don't want us to spend too much time on the grammar part of it just yet. Even though you do find it useful, this book will stay with you throughout life. I've had my copy, which is upstairs, my original copy since 1989. So it's been a good 36 years that I've had it, if you can believe that. So you will definitely get your usage out of this throughout college, throughout life. Um, all right, anything else before I kind of take us to a different portion of the book? Because I almost feel like it's more important for us to start with the back of the book. And so it's interesting the way they organize this because I think that style and principles of composition almost come first. They really do. And getting
Yeah.
the mindset. So let me ask you a question. What do you know about mindset? Do you have coaches or do your teachers or your parents does anybody talk about what a mindset is? Without looking on the computer, what is a mindset?
Um, um, a goal that you're like resilient to like pursue or something.
Something you want to pursue?
Yeah, like a goal for
Okay, a mindset can be a goal, something you want to pursue. You can have that in your mindset, right, to pursue that goal. Um, and Kushi, how about yourself? What
I
what
think
do
like
you
you're aspiring, perceiving to like you're like striving to like set a goal, like that goal you want to like kind of um you want to reach it.
okay? You didn't mention anything about thinking and how a mindset is kind of a set mind, if you will. Is that kind of what you were thinking, though?
Yeah, I use like strategic thinking with like it's a cerebral based thing.
So cerebral.
S
Cerebral?
yeah,
Cerebral.
cerebral. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Power.
So a mindset basically is a way of looking at something that we don't let go of. And I want us to have a mindset around our writing that we are going to ruthlessly destroy any lack of clarity in our writing. And we're going to use words as precisely as possible and use the simplest word as possible. Now, that is going to run counter to what you want to do, but you have to see the tutoring as being something I'm challenging you. Otherwise, I'm wasting your time, right? Makes sense?
Yeah.
Because coaches will do that for you. You never like a coach in the moment. Nobody likes their coach when they're out there telling them, run faster, run harder. And it's hot and it's sweaty outside. And they would rather take a shower and go home and eat a Pop-Tart. Right. But your coach is like, no, we're gonna do this, right? You this is about the team, this is about the end goal. And it's not until you get into that game on that Friday night, you win the game that you understand. Or that you lose the game and you understand why the coach was yelling so much about this and that and the other thing. I'm kind of like that writing coach. And so one of the things I want us to strive to do, this, by the way, this is not a lecture. So I'm just laying it out there. When we talk, cut off your arms and legs of your vocabulary if you need to, and just keep it simple because that's going to help us when we write, and it's going to be a different mindset. We're in a war right now. You girls are in a war, and whether or not your heart's in it right now yet remains to be seen. But you are working your butt off. You're working hard, and that war is like I'm going to get rid of these large words right now because words like cerebral,
Yeah.
they're important for you. I want to be really careful that you don't walk away from this thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not supposed to learn words. I'm not supposed to use to learn my dictionary. What the heck am I supposed to do? I'm so freaking confused, right? I don't want you to feel that way. But there's so much academic language in your writing, and it has a time and it has a place. I don't want you to lose that, but I have to pull you back. And that's why I love this book here. This book pulled me back. I struggled with the same thing. And using big words and showing that you know the words doesn't help anybody. It frustrates your reader because your reader just wants to know what you're saying. He or she's not impressed by the big words. So what are your thoughts about that?
Um.
You can yell the word difficult, like sucks, right? I mean, because let's be real. What are your thoughts about that?
Positive.
Positive. Okay. Why do you say positive and not negative? Like, what is it about that using the simplest word? Now, obviously, when we rewrite, if that word is not specific enough, guess what? We're going to have to reach for that thesaurus. We're going to have to get that bigger word. And there's a place and time for the word cerebral. But when you and I are talking, we need to get in the habit of keeping it simple. And I promise you that's going to help advanced writing. So anyway, I'm rambling on. All right, Myri, who else wants to share? I mean, I start to ask you, why is that positive for you? You can answer that question, or you can just leave it at that, to saying positive. That's it. I don't have to elaborate. Positive.
Like aspiring for like the full like the academic achievement like for my school, like being like the the highest academic achiever in my school. Like, I'm aspiring to become that.
So that's important to you. Are you saying this is going to help you if you are more precise in your words and your readers, they get you right away? And
Yeah. Uh,
I think so too. I think so too. Um, all right, Kushi, any thoughts there? I talked a lot about this war on these big words. And it's not for the sake of destroying the words, for the sake of clarity, right? So what are your thoughts about that whole speech about coaches pushing you to do things like that? And me kind of pushing you in the direction of being more concise, smaller words.
Positive.
Positive. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's jump right in. Thanks, girls, for sharing. I appreciate that. Again, um, if you want to drive a teenager crazy, ask them 30 questions in 1 hour, and you will drive them crazy. And I don't want to do that. So that's it for now. Um, I'm going to read something to you, and let's see. An approach to style. Um, okay. First, I'm going to read you. We're on page 67, 66, if you want to turn in your book. And I think today, girls, we're just going to deal with mindset. We're just going to wrap our minds around some of this. I want you to be honest with me and talk to me about what your thoughts are here. So, an approach to style with a list of reminders. So, style is basically whether or not we're fancy, erudite, academic, colloquial, right? Et cetera, et cetera. But before I read some of this, let's flip through some of these pages here. Look at number 1 on page 70. We're just going to read the headings. Place yourself in the background, number 1. Number 2, write in a way that comes naturally. 3, work from a suitable design. 4, write with nouns and verbs. Haven't we been practicing that, right? 5, revise and rewrite. 6, do not overwrite. 7, do not overstate. 8, avoid the use of qualifiers. 9, do not affect a breezy manner. We have to explain that one. It's a little confusing. 10, use orthodox spelling. 11, do not explain too much. 12, do not construct awkward adverbs. 13, make sure the reader knows who is speaking. 14, avoid fancy words. Avoid the elaborate, the pretentious, the coy. I'm on page 76, by the way, on the bottom. And the cute. Do not be tempted by a $20 word when there is a 10-center handy, ready and able. Anglo-Saxon is a livelier tongue than Latin. So use Anglo-Saxon words. In this, as in so many matters pertaining to style, one's ear must be one's guide. Gut is a lustier noun than intestine. I think what he means by that, lustier means, your reader is going to enjoy that word more. But the two words are not interchangeable because gut is often inappropriate, being too coarse for the context. So that's the argument right there for the erudite words, for the fancy words, right? Because sometimes you cannot use words like gut in an academic essay. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, there's a time and place. Never call a stomach a tummy without good reason. So you girls, you're not that far off. It's kind of like somebody who has no vocabulary is over here, right? They just speak like street slang, like IDK, LOL, crap this, crap that, right? This sucks. Instead of, this was not very appropriate. This was not up to standards. This was not up to par, right? That's another way of saying this sucks, right? So that's a person who has this vocabulary here. Person in the middle can speak with different audiences. I can speak with my mom. She can understand me. I can speak with my twin. She gets me. I can write to my teacher. They get me. I can write well on the AP exam, the SAT. They get me. But that's because you have this, you're way over here. You have this high vocabulary. So here's the low end. Here's the middle where my face is. And over here's like the extreme, like an excellent vocabulary. But here's the thing. It's not enough to know these words, these big words. You have to know when to use them. And so I have to point out, is it okay for me to kind of point out something I see that's slightly negative? Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yeah.
I'll be nice about it. But and maybe no one's ever told you this, but I want you to really try hard to not use the fanciest word that you know, unless it's the only word, right? And so avoid fancy words. All right. If you admire fancy words, if every sky is beauticious, every blonde curvaceous, every intelligent child prodigious, if you are tickled by discombobulate, you will have a bad time with reminder 14. What is wrong, you ask, with beauticious? No one knows for sure. There's nothing wrong, really, with any word. All are good, but some are better than others. So, girls, it's really, this is the easiest example. Name a book that you enjoy reading, like a storybook that just has your attention.
A series of unfortunate events.
Oh, wow. A series of unfortunate events. Lemony Snicket's?
Yeah.
Okay. How about Myri? What's a book that just really captivates you? Just, pulls you in and keeps you reading?
It's a series of unfortunate events too.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Um, I'm just curious, and I'm going to take a big risk here because I might have to eat my words. I might actually look like an idiot right here, but I want to actually look at that just for a second, just for a quick minute. Uh, a series of unfortunate events. Grade level.
It's like 6th to 7th grade. Yeah. Or 4th. Yeah, 6th.
Wow. You see what I'm saying?
It's like really
So
simple.
even, yeah, go ahead.
It's like really simple to comprehend.
I didn't catch that. I'm sorry.
It's like really simple to comprehend. Like,
Yeah, right.
so I do like
But
well. Yeah.
would yeah, would you say it's well written?
Yeah. Because like
It
in my test, like I'm able to like my book quizzes, I'm able to get like 100% because it's like really it's significantly like, simple. Like yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Um, do you want me to share a website with you in case you're ever curious about your writing? HemingwayApp.com. Now, if you go to HemingwayApp.com and okay, this is gonna give me the reading level over here, and it's gonna kind of analyze some of this for me. So I'm gonna do something here. Now, let me ask you, do you want me to take some of your writing
Yeah.
and put it in here? Okay, let's take a look. This could be painful, but I have no idea what it's going to come back with. Honestly, I don't. So I'm going to just say that. Was that Myri or Cushy?
For what?
Yeah, which one of you said that you're okay with?
Make any style. Okay.
Okay, sorry, let me see who that is. Was that you, Myri?
No. That's my
Oh, Cushy? Okay, Cushy. All right, gotcha. Just making sure. Yeah, because I couldn't see your faces and I was on a different screen. So cushy. Um, oh, for heaven's sake. Where's Cushy's writing?
It's fine. You can use
Oh,
Mary's or
it varies.
you can use Mary's or mine. It doesn't really
Oh, okay.
matter.
Right. Oh, here we go. I hope that this is. Okay. I can't find it. Darn it. Okay. I'm going to look in one more place. This is what happens when you just kind of go on the fly. You just go on the fly. Um, so I'm going to go to writing tutoring. Go up here. Lessons here. Pre-assessment. Oh, here we go. Okay. Weird. Okay. I think I have to stop sharing and then go back into it, try to open it up. Okay. Well, then I'm going to do this.
I can open mine up if you want.
Okay. I'm going to actually go to our open session document is what I'm going to do. Open session document. All right, Cushy, I'm going to take yours real fast. Boo, 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 boo. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and share it because I stopped sharing a second ago. All right. All right. You should be able to see kind of just like my desktop and all that kind of stuff there. And I'm going to take your writing here from the other day and Hemingway. Hemingway out. Okay, so what you do here is you cut and paste everything here. You delete it, then you cut and paste whatever writing. So you wrote this at a 13 grade reading level. And you can see you can actually analyze this over here. So this sentence here is kind of hard to read, according to Hemingway. But none of them are very hard to read. So you can still understand them. So, oops, let's do this. Let's take this and we can actually go to, we can go to, oh no, we won't go there. Okay, so what we have to do is just basically, it's just awareness, right? So, Myri, do you want me to do the same thing for one of your samples?
Yeah.
Okay. So 13, that's college. You wrote at a college level there.
Mine's probably not going to be as like advanced. Can you do like the really advanced one?
A really advanced one? What do you mean?
Like, I did like a kind of advanced one. I can't really spell it. Like I did one.
I think the pulverized one.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I can do that, but give me a second here. So here's my reason.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as like as hers, but yeah.
All right. This is written at grade 11. Um,
Yeah, I have like a more advanced one. One second.
oh, you want me to do a more advanced one?
Yeah.
Well, this is the only sample that I have of yours. Do you want to write like another sentence?
Um, I have like one in the bottom, like really advanced one.
Okay, go ahead. If you want to put it in the chat, we can do that.
Okay, one second.
Okay. Yeah, so this was well done, actually. Um, but here's what I'm going to do. Um, we
This. Yeah.
okay, I'll pick it up. Give me a second here. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to rewrite your sentence and to see what kind of grade level it gives me in here. And you want to keep, here's the thing. You want to keep your writing at a very readable level. And usually 5, 6, and 7 is pretty much readable. Even, PhDs that write their dissertations, they write them at a very readable level. So we want to get away from 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th grade reading level. We want to get away from that is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to rewrite this sentence first and give me a second and I'll get your other sentence. The horrible hurricane destroys the buildings in the city. Oh, I think you meant metropolitan urbans. Those are kind of not, those are opposites, right? So I'll pick one of them in the city.
Wait, they're opposite?
Yeah, I think metropolitan is more like the city and urban.
I think urban's
I mean,
more
I
of a
could be no,
rural or
I could be
rustic
wrong.
scene. Or maybe
No, I
actually,
think you're right.
oh,
No, you're right. They're the same thing. Yeah, I was thinking suburban. All right, so let's look at this now. Oh, what just happened here?
You just like control Z it.
Hold on, let me do this. It's being a little weird. Yeah, so readability is grade 9.
Wait, that's grade 9.
That's grade 9.
Oh.
Yeah, so if I was writing this, I would never write at this high grade level for if I was trying to sell a book. I would do this instead. Um, I would actually put some literary devices in there. The devilish hurricane ate up New York like
are you using
bad.
are you utilizing the
Assembly,
personification?
Yes.
personification and simile to like bigger languages.
I don't
So
think it's
this is
simile. It's
third
not
grade
simile.
reading level right here.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, let me pick up your other sentence here. Okay. Smoldering incandescent fire dismantles and eradicates colossal prepossessing residences. Okay. Postgraduate.
What's
All
a
right. So
postgraduate?
postgraduate. I want you girls to aim
Wait,
for
what's a postgraduate?
What's a postgraduate?
yeah, somebody who it went beyond their bachelor's. So usually a master's degree or PhD.
Oh,
Oh,
Now, here's the thing. Don't confuse the readability level with good. It's the opposite. You
that's
want to be
really
at a
good.
lower readability level. For example, I do ads on Facebook, and you're supposed to keep those ads to fifth grade reading level because otherwise people won't respond. Like if I'm putting my ad out there, like, hey, do you want your kids to learn to write better in all this? If I'm using those big words, nobody's going to read it. And so, what I will usually do, and I will usually go to Chat GPT and say, hey, take this sentence here and simplify it. But I don't want you girls to do that. I want you to really struggle with this. I want to walk you backwards on this a little bit. It's going to be painful, but I want you to understand why. It's not just about clicking a button here, clicking a button there, if that makes sense. Okay. So did you find that a little enlightening, a little bit kind of surprising?
Mhm.
Yeah. And you know what? When I was your age, nobody taught me this. I was
oh,
trying to learn words here and there, and my poems were so confusing. Now I have a poetry book right here that I wrote, and the words are simple, very simple. But the first poem I ever wrote, oh my gosh, the multitudes in the valley and the recriminations of the abominations, and Armageddon was upon us. And it's like when I read that stuff in public, people just they fall asleep. Okay, 76. This is really good reading here. So first of all, talk to me about what are your thoughts now? Is this did this surprise you at all that these people, by the way, E.B. White wrote a famous novel. Do you know what it was called?
What?
um,
No.
Charlotte's Web.
oh, isn't
Yes.
that like the fifth grade book?
Yeah, I think you're right. It's like a fifth grade book. Absolutely. All right, let's keep reading here. Um, a matter of, okay, there's nothing wrong really with any word. All are good, but some are better than others. A matter of ear, a matter of reading the books that sharpen the ear. The line between the fancy and the plain, between the atrocious and the felicitous, is sometimes alarmingly fine. The opening phrase of the Gettysburg Address is close to the line, but at least by our standards today, and Mr. Lincoln, knowingly or unknowingly, was flirting with disaster when he wrote 7 years ago. Do you understand what he's saying here? That famous speech that Lincoln gave at the end of the Civil War, he almost ruined the speech. Why? Because instead of saying 7 years ago, he should have just said 87 years ago, right? Or if he wanted to be symbolic, he might have said a generation ago, right? People
Yeah.
would have said, that's 40 years, right? Or 2 generations ago. He's talking about 40. And it's symbolic, right? Generations. So word choice is important. Um, okay. The president could have got into his sentence with plain 87, a saving of 2 words and less of a strain on the listener's powers of multiplication. But Lincoln's ear must have told him to go ahead with 7. By doing so, he achieved cadence while skirting the edge of fanciness. I want to stop right there because here's what's going to really, here's what,
So what page are you
again,
on?
I didn't, what's that?
What page are you on?
Oh, yeah, I'm on page 77,
Oh,
right
I'm
around
on
the
site.
middle of the page, the middle of the page. I didn't even know what rhythm was until my 30s or my 40s. Okay. And so here's the thing that word, like indubitably, there's a place for that word. And sometimes you're going to have to choose that word because it has so many syllables in it and it just makes the poem flow better. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
can I
So
be right
it's
back?
it's about knowing when and where to use the word. Go ahead, Myri.
Oh, my sister says she wanted to be right back.
She's what?
Oh, she wanted to be right back.
Okay, no worries. Let me see here. So you understand the word cadence?
Yeah.
Does that word make sense?
Yeah.
Looking it up. Um,
Isn't it with the, because, um, is it with a K or a C?
what's that?
Is it with the K or a C?
K or C?
Yeah.
I'm not catching you. It sounds like you're saying KRC.
No, is it like with, does it start with like a K or a C?
Oh, a C, cadence. CADENCE. Yeah, let's look up that word. I think it's good. Good instincts right there, by the way. Thanks for slowing me down. Let's look at that word. Um, Cadence definition.
What does pretentious mean?
Pretentious?
Yeah.
It means pretending to be
Uh,
something you're not, or to for the words to promise something that they really can't deliver.
What does bobulate mean?
What's that?
Discombobulate.
Oh, discombobulate. Yeah. It means to knock off court, knock off balance, to throw somebody or something off balance.
Oh, is that like an eighth grade? That's not an eighth grade standard, right?
On the AP exam, you said?
An eighth grade standard.
I'm so sorry.
Is
I'm
that an
I'm
eighth
gonna
grade?
try I'm gonna try
does
to see if
does this combobulate mean dismantle something?
can discombobulating dismantle something.
Or is there like it means it's a particular imbalance of an object opposing another object?
Wait, is it like an eighth grade standard or is it not?
Is what?
Is it an eighth grade standard?
Oh, an eighth grade standard. What is what an eighth grade standard?
Discombobulate.
It's not a standard. You're talking about like an eighth grade word.
Yeah, look at yeah, or pre prodigious or yeah.
No, it's considered an older children and adults word, but I'm not sure what grade level that is. I mean, we can put it into um Hemingway, Ernest Hemingway. Yeah, I mean I don't know. It doesn't tell me, but it's probably above an eighth grade word. It's probably a postgraduate word, as it says postgraduate. All right, let's continue reading here because I think this is really speaking a lot. Suppose he had blundered over the line and written, "In the year of our Lord 1776," his speech would have sustained a heavy blow. Or suppose he had settled for 87. In that case, he would not have gotten his introduction sentence too quickly. The timing would have been bad. So the question of ear is vital. I'm on page 77 at the bottom, the last paragraph. Only the writer whose ear is reliable is in a position to use bad grammar deliberately. This writer knows for sure when a colloquialism is better than formal phrasing and is able to sustain the work at a level of good taste. So cock your ear. What he means by that is get your ear ready. Years ago, students were warned not to end a sentence with a preposition. Time, of course, has softened that right decree. Not only is the preposition acceptable at the end, sometimes it is more effective in that spot than anywhere else. Um, all right, so Number 16, page 79. Clarity is not the prize in writing, nor is it always the principal mark of a good style. There are occasions when obscurity serves a literary yearning, if not a literary purpose. And there are writers whose main is more overcast than clear. But since writing is communication, clarity can only be a virtue. So clarity is what I'm trying to help you to get more of. It's a virtue. And although there's no substitute for merit in writing, clarity comes closest to being one. What he's saying here is if there's ever one thing that we can make about a writing above all else, it is clarity. Even to a writer who is able intentionally obscure or wild of tongue, we can say, be obscure clearly, be wild of tongue in a way we can understand. Even to writers of market letters telling us but not telling us which securities are promising, we can say, be cagey plainly, be elliptical in a straightforward fashion. Clarity, clarity, clarity. When you become hopelessly mired in a sentence, it is best to start fresh. Do not try to fight your way through against the terrible odds of syntax. What that's saying is when you have a sentence that's just got too many words, way too confusing, just start over again. Usually what is wrong is that the construction has become too involved at some point. The sentence needs to be broken apart and replaced by two or more shorter sentences. All right. Very good book here. So what I'd like you two to do, in the chat, if you can pick up the assignment right there for each of you and just go ahead and work on it. And then I will create an assignment through Google Classroom, and then you can go ahead and do it. So, let me see here. Share.
Which one is it?
What's that?
Which one is it?
So what I'm going to do, if you'll look right now at the screen, I'm going to create an assignment. Okay, we'll call this the elements of style homework. And we'll assign it to everybody. We're not going to grade it. Let's give this a new, let's just do it this way, create a topic. Yep, there we go. All right, I'm creating this right now, and each of you can get a copy. This is week 2, I think, week 2. All right, that's pretty much all there is to it on that. And I'm going to make a copy for each of you. Oh, these floaties. Make a copy for each student. Assign. We're going to say that this is due on Monday the 26th. I would say at 3:30. Okay. Oops. What's happening? Okay, so what you're going to want to do is, let's look at the chat here. I'll stop sharing. We're almost out of time here, so I'm almost done. I'm just going to show you in the chat. Oops. Oh, this thing. All right, lesson 1, use the active voice. Use the active voice. I think that's page 72. Keep related words together. Okay, so we're talking about 72, 92. '72, '92, '84. All right, Kushi, if you go into the chat. Okay, there is your homework there. And then for Mayuri, put
Wait, you want me
statements
to
in
read those
positive.
pages or what? Or do you want me to do an
Huh?
assignment on it?
Yeah, that's from the workbook that you see right here, the workbook.
Okay.
Yeah. And so if you, yeah, in the chat, it says workbook also. So put statements in positive form. That's page 76. Okay, so. Okay, avoid overuse of qualifiers and modifiers. Huh, I don't see that in. Coordinate ideas in similar form. Okay, that's page 88. Okay, I'm going to have to select a different one for you on chapter 11. Avoid overuse of qualifiers and modifiers because I don't see that. I think probably chapter 14, page 78. What do you think about use definite, specific, concrete language? I think that's kind of what we're aiming at. Okay, here, I just don't want to confuse you. So can you both look at like one example? Look at just the first assignment for each of you. I think for Kushi, you want to look at page 72. Really look at page 76, just so that we're clear. On page
Is
72,
it this like big book right here? This one?
yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
workbook. And so if Kushi, if you look at 72, it's going to give you the reading right there, but the actual assignment doesn't start until page 74,
Wait, like,
right?
can we just like do one book? Like, I mean, like, do we just like do it in the book or I don't get it?
Right. So instead of doing any of the reading right now, you're going to do these exercises. So this workbook that you're looking at here, actually, you can just read that right now.
Okay.
Just read this. So the page that I gave you, is the actual reading. So you know what I'm going to do? Give me like 10 minutes. I'm going to let you girls go, but you can work on this between now and Monday, okay?
Okay. Wait, is
Okay.
it like I don't really get it. Like what am I supposed to do?
Okay. Let's do it this way. I know I gave you 3 different pages, right?
Mhm.
Let's just do one assignment. So for Kushi,
I can't do all if you want.
you can do all of them?
Mhm.
Okay. So look at page 72.
Mhm.
So you're going to read page 72 and 73, and you're going to start the assignment on page 74 and continue on 75.
Wait, I thought it's like 72, 92, and 84 for my sister.
I'm just on you right now. Just give me a second. So for you, just do 72.
For me or my sister?
You, yeah. So hold on. Myri. Yeah, so Myri, I'm sorry, you're on page 76. So Myri, and I put this in a chat anyway. So you're going to start reading on page 76. You're going to do the exercise on page 77. Um, then you're going to go, okay, so every from 76, 77, 78, and stop on page 80. So I'm going to put this in a
Basically,
chat.
the pages I have to do is like 77, 80, and is it 77, 80, and 90? And 91, or I don't really get it.
Yeah, give me
Is
a
it
second. I'm going to type this in chat. Read and do pages. Okay, if you look in the chat, this tells you what to do.
oh,
So
I have to do
Kushi will
88.
no, just 76 through 80.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to do all of it, we can add page 80, but it's going to be 80, 89, 90, something like that. Because the first couple pages are just the reading, and the last couple pages are the exercises.
So on 76 to 80, do I do the thing? Is it just like rewording sentences or
Well, it's going to ask you, let's figure this out. It's going to say here, rewrite the following sentences using specific language.
like advanced or
Well, if you read the chapter first, it'll kind of give you some direction. So, yeah. So, for example, if you read on page 79, at the bottom there, it says it gives you 2 examples, one on the left, one on the right. The one on the right is what you want to aim for to be more specific. So, let's look at the first one, page 80. He lived on the mountain in a house under the trees. Right. So you might write it like this. Abraham Lincoln lived on
originated
Mount.
in a residence in the mountainside under the trees or
Abraham Lincoln,
No. Residence is not a specific word. You need to be more specific. It's way too general. He lived on Mount Shasta in a farmhouse by the under the mimosa trees.
Abraham Lincoln,
is it just like simple or and then I just describe it more?
Right.
Abraham
You're more
Lincoln resided,
yeah, yeah,
resided in whatever.
you want to be as specific as possible. Sometimes the most specific word is sometimes it's a bigger word. Yes, I get that. Sometimes the simplest word sorry. Sometimes the more specific word is the simplest word. For example, farmhouse is a very simple word. It's a compound farm house, two words put together. And it's simpler than residences, but residences is not good because it's way too general.
Mhm.
See what
Okay.
I'm saying?
So it's
We
just
got it.
like, do I write in the book?
Okay, great question. If I were you, no, you're going to write in Google Classroom. You're going to write on a Google Doc.
Okay.
Okay, but here's my suggestion. It's better to write it down with paper and pen because the brain is more creative when you're creating things if you write it by hand. And then at the end, go ahead and type it all out. And if you want to use voice to text, it'll take you literally 2 minutes to do the whole thing. Just speak it all into Google Doc.
Oh wait, is all the extra lines, do I have to fill in every single blank or no?
Yeah, I want you to do all of these. So
No,
that's what
that's
I'm
not what I mean.
saying.
Like fill in the blank. Like for every single space
Yeah,
there.
you're just like on page 80, you're going to do 1 through 7.
Okay.
Okay, Kushi, let me start with you. Look at page 72. Okay, you're going to read page 72. You're going to read page 73. You're going to do the exercises on 74 and 75, and you're going to stop there.
So 72, 73, 74 I do. And then what? So I read 72, 73, 74 is my work page, and then 75 is also my additional work piece. I mean, workplace.
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, if you feel I'm giving your sister too much and you not enough, then I'll scale back hers. If I'm not, not trying to make one of you work harder than the other. So I just came up with 3 different things and now I'm scaling it back to 2. So that last page that you saw in chat. So let me just write your name here, Kushi. Read and do pages 72 through 75. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so I'm sorry, Mari, you have 5 pages, your sister has 4, but that's just the way they do it in the books. Some of these topics are longer than others.
If you want, you can do two pieces, second species, and additional three pieces. We can work together on it.
Wait, for like the page 77, is it when it says like she did not remember to pay her phone bill? Like what do I say? Like do I making sure like Ava was like um
Okay,
remarkable or, like,
okay, okay. Again, I haven't read all these assignments, so you're not really going to understand it until you actually read the chapter. So I can try to answer your question. Sorry, it's been a long day. I can't even talk. So rewrite the following sentences where appropriate. So number 1, she did not remember to pay her phone bill. To me, I would write she forgot to pay her phone bill. So you remove the word not, right?
I forgot to pay her phone bill?
Yeah. Keep it as simple as possible.
But you don't want to advance?
No. Trying to get you away from those big words right now. The reason is the use of the words oftentimes is not, I don't want to say inappropriate because that's a negative connotation, but it's not the exact word that you're really looking for. It often confuses. So the other thing, girls, I wanted to mention, it's not just about those big words we're trying to get rid of. Your sentences, because you're writing so many words and so many long words, you're getting lost in a sentence, and sometimes you're not even sure what you wrote. Your readers for sure not sure what you wrote in every place. So that's why when we did the IVF, subject, verb, finished thought, one word, one word, one word, that forces you to see your sentence. What is it you're trying to say? Now, it may not be enough for what you want to say. You're probably trying to say a lot more. Then you can write more sentences. So that's the trick. You say to me, Shaw, you're trying to take my 15-word sentence and make it into 5 words. It doesn't even say what I'm trying to say. How can it even tell the reader what I'm trying to say? What I'm trying to say to you is then you write an additional sentence. That's going to force you to use transitions and to be more organized in your writing and to flow more. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
When you're trying to pack all your thoughts into one sentence, it loses its format. It loses its development. Your reader's overwhelmed. That's why we have separate paragraphs and we have transitions in between. So your reader knows where you're going and you're slowing down. Okay.
Mhm.
You will have every chance in the world to tell the reader how intelligent you are by telling them more, explaining more, guiding the reader. Readers don't want to be talked down to. They want to be explained to. Like, here, let me hold your hand. Let me take you by the hand. They don't want to be treated like babies either. They're not 6-year-olds, right? What I'm trying to say to you is you're trying to teach why you're writing something in the first place. You're trying to give them an experience. You're trying to explain something to them. So that fact alone gives you the authority that they're going to listen to you, right? But while they're there with you and you're and listening to you, reading the your paragraph, your essay, you want to be as like it said in the book. If you're going to be symbolic or going to be confusing, be so in a clear way, right? If you're going to use big words, use them in a clear way. So,
Yeah.
all right. Any other questions?
And
So, I'm going to help you out a little bit. So, if you go tonight, just give me about 20 minutes because I have to take a walk and eat. When I come back, when I go to Google Classroom, I'll put the pages there that you're going to work on, and I'll put the due date, which I think I already did. Okay. Now, as far as you doing the same work together, I would say just do what's assigned, and maybe we'll reverse it next time, and you can
uh,
talk to each other about what you're learning too. And that really came from your writing itself, where I came up with those recommendations. But you'll probably, by the time we're done, you'll probably do all the exercises eventually. So,
uh,
okay. All
mm,
right. So have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you all on Monday.
neat, but bye.